Go.
Hello, my name is Justin Blum. I am a Butte native, and this is the true story of how my higher power and 6 members of the Butte Police Force brought me to my knees and I was given a second chance at life. I started experimenting with drugs at the age of 13 and by 27 was a full-blown addict. I had brief periods of abstinence, but in February of 2012, after the death of my mother, I picked up meth again and used daily for the next 12 years. I was not what you would call a functioning addict. I bounced from job to job and relied on my father to give me a place to live and ultimately to be my enabler. I had no prospects for the future and was comfortably numb in a constant state of addiction. On the morning of November 4th, 2023, I got into a physical altercation with my dad that put me in jail for 9.5 months on assault charges. That was my turning point. 9 months is a long time to be alone with your own thoughts. I look back in disgust at what had gotten me to the point I was at. The common denominator in all of this was my addiction. I knew I needed to make some serious changes. I advocated hard for myself in jail. I met with mental health on a weekly basis and got myself back on medication. I spoke regularly with my lawyer, and no matter what deal I was offered, my number one stipulation was that I would go to treatment. In September of 2024, I was given a plea deal that included a 30-day stint at Badlands Recovery Center in Glendive, Montana. I approached treatment with a clear mind and an open heart and learned more about myself and the disease of addiction than I ever had in my life. I learned that my addiction started a long time before I ever picked up drugs and about the genetic predisposition I was afforded by my 2 addict parents. Gee, thanks, Mom and Dad. While at Badlands, I learned about the Butte SPIRIT House from one of my licensed addiction counselors. I was told that the program would change my life, and I knew right away it was a place for me. A little paperwork and a Zoom call later, I was officially a resident of the house and left treatment on a bus headed for the next journey of my life. I entered the house a timid, scared man who knew nothing about life in a sober living facility. I would quickly learn that it was a place of support and guidance for me to live again independently as a sober person. I was welcomed with open arms by the staff and other residents and knew that my time there would help me get to know the version of me that I was before I picked up drugs. This program really has changed my life. That timid, scared man is now a strong, confident individual with hope for the future. I have learned to love myself again and have found a greater purpose in life through service work and my role as a mentor for new residents in the house. I will be graduating the program next month and I'm going back out into the community as someone who has finally found their real, true self. This program really changes lives. Remember, addiction can affect anyone. Your family and friends could be struggling and you never know it. This is an insidious disease that doesn't discriminate and can take hold and ruin lives. Even me, the second place winner of the 1995 DARE Essay Contest. Please contribute to the future success stories of our house and give others a second chance at life too. I can't thank the Spirit House enough for what they have done for me and will continue to do for others to help change lives. Thank you for listening to my story, and if what I had to say resonates with any of you, then I have done my job. The job that the Butte Spirit House has set me up for.